Trending music.
I live the life that I love. I love the life that I live. Tomorrow.
Traffic updates.
Ojoba and Charity intersections is good. There's no cause for
Is right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch that dial.
Shorty. But you're so fine. Baby, you need me, I'll come on high. Shorty, you too bad. Waiting for body, too bad. Shorty, you too bad. Waiting for body, too bad. Oh Lord, baby, oh my baby, you are amazing, you are amazing. Yeah, I go spend my paper for you, my dollar. Nothing feels sweet me better, you too bad. Waiting for body, too bad. For love, baby, oh my baby.
Ọ̀rọ̀ màrè ará àdúgbò wọ́n ti gbá ṣàmìràn kòkòrò gbòde ọmọdé wéyẹn sẹ́ǹkan ni bàbá Mainland FM ló gbòde. My name is Sᴘᴏʀᴛ. This is Mainland FM 98.3.
Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Because me I don't get time till the morning. Oh man, need to make up when he love the casoro dale. Mogbe, if we do yeah. See your love is so insane, oh. They know we quench our flame, oh. And I'm not afraid to let you know, say now you are one, and I'm loving the things you did make me do now. I know be you now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sports Cruise live on Mainland 98. Super Falcon will also get into the mix very soon. But the Super Eagles of Nigeria don't have any choice. In fact, all of the other games remaining in this world, South Africa just needs not to lose against the Super Eagles, just a draw for them, and they are up on that space. So they want to go all out and call the entire name. But the first training session he had with the entire team today in camp, full house, full squad. The likes of Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface game tonight. Well, it is Arsenal women hosting the team their men counterpart would also meet. And when they come out all of that, there's a manager, a former Chelsea manager, that said he still wants to come back to his job in England's team under Thomas Tuchel. Paul Merson feels the team needs some Hamilton raised for another company as on the track that day because of the longevity of the relation and how much he values the relationship that he's got on year 2025. This is the first time he's going to be going into the Masters now and Real Madrid. I will talk about all of that on the show today, so it's a bumper. It's an amazing time, and Agbatomi is here as usual, always available. Good evening. The form of their life, Demola Lookman score Asadi Kumar as well. He arrived late right now, getting in the goals in Turkey for Galatasaray together. What exactly are we looking forward to?
So just like what you said, a win or bust games, they are very, very important than end of March. That's going to be on Friday by 5 p.m. and then on Tuesday as well by 5 p.m. The other game will also be played at the Nest of Champions right there in Uyo, the one we also call as the ⴏ Stadium. But it's from
4 points from 4 games.
Exactly.
1 loss.
Yes, 3 points.
You're right. 3 draws and 1 loss.
Out of ahead of us. But I just feel this is bad job, and also hope that the other teams also fought.
Yeah,
I saw on Snapchat.
It sound like the same bed.
They have to
like it's a bunk.
It's not a bunk.
Don't put thoughts in people's minds. Don't be a bad boy. I've always loved the energy, probably because
especially
the English Premier League, they call them the best player on the continent.
He was being regarded as the photographer. Talking as always said that what the new manager wants is
positive-minded manager. So we might just see Super Eagles beating teams 4-0.
Played a 3-5-2 that sometimes went back.
That's always a diamond formation.
Came son that was playing beautiful football if it is playing beautiful football or winning games, because you take a look at the squad, this are the midfielders. There's Wilfred Ndidi. We also have Alexander Yusuf, who is the last online. There's also what's his name now, the left back as well. Games we should be winning, and if we win that, I think that we are well on course for making the 2026 World Cup.
Exactly. 22 players are now in the Super Eagles Radisson Blue Hotel camp in Kigali ahead of Friday, first day of camp on Monday, and the other 12 players were joined Mbasi, Demola Lukman, Joe Aribo, Ugo Ogbu, Bright Osei, Samuel. The number of players now in camp is 22. One more player is expected to be in camp with 3 draws and a defeat. That is where the Soge can join us on the show tomorrow. So we'll talk about the round to meet a couple of those guys, but this is the first time that Coach Eric was actually meet and the expectations, how much the players know what's at stake. It looks like
no thanks to feeding the judge as it
exactly, and the end of the day is at stake. And for context, this is we were not at the last World Cup in Qatar.
Yeah.
A standing tournament. You could get a massive transfer.
Yeah.
It's also a privilege to play world.
Exactly.
And
it's even sell your country as well.
Exactly. It's an expanded version where we have 42 teams, US, Canada, and Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be sorted before.
I'm sure football will sort everything out. So it's a space that a lot of these players want to be hosted. So there's just so much for these guys to fight for. And I hope they understand what's happening.
And these are the things I think we've also
got bilateral stuff. And the players also knows what's at stake. Playing at top level to qualify to captain the national team in the next 4 years.
Exactly.
This is a win or bust chance for them to go to the World Cup.
Even Victor Osimhen by 2030 would be around 30 thereabouts.
Where that boy plays.
You can't compare 25-year-olds. No, come on. Victor Boniface claimed the age I claims.
Talk about the Champions League tonight. It's the Women's Champions League. Like we said, it starts in Spain. That's it. For Real Madrid's lineup, there's Misa Rodriguez in Leti, there's Melania Lupos, there's Filipa Angel Dali, ever reliable Manuela Azin Berger, Emily Fox plays in 2, Leah Williamson and Steph Catley will play in the 5 and 6 position midfield with Mariana Candinelli, Alessia Russo, Beth Mead. That is the starting 11 for both Arsenal and Real Madrid in by 9 p.m. Well, the starting lineup for that is not out. Madrid and Arsenal was available because the game kicks off in about 15 minutes time in the Women's Champions League. I'm sure that by the time you join Sport Banter, but forget also that by the time the Champions League returns in April, there's going to be Arsenal fit at the Emirates Stadium. So the return leg of Arsenal versus Real Madrid women also will be from that one. Let's talk about Rory McIlroy. PGA Championship, Rory claimed a playoff victory at the plane into the major season, and that is best T&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am with St. Patrick's Day success at the Players. Rory's latest victory marks the first time in his career that he was slammed, which is the Masters. The 35-year-old has McIlroy's remarkable consistency had seen him finish outside the top 20 just 3 times in the last Scotty, Scheffler and myself. So it's a pretty nice group to be a part of. Players Championships win. Jack Nicklaus has 3, Fred Couples has 2. Steve, I feel I'm a better player now than I've ever been, and it's nice. Just a few years ago, I feel like I can play in all conditions and anything that comes my way. Only title that is eluded him so far felt better than it is right now. Let's quickly talk about some Formula 1 stories. Remember, even though he ended in 10th position, Lando Norris, back-to-back winner, came third. Well, Tᴏᴜ reveals how it felt watching Lewis Hamilton drive for another team following the 7-time world champion Australian Grand Prix, as he found himself closely tracking Lewis Hamilton's progress following the Brit switch to Ferrari. Hamilton left Mercedes after 12 years with the Silver Arrows at the end of last season, following an historic opportunity to replace Hamilton as George Russell's teammate, and the duo made a strong start in Melbourne by taking third. Looking at Russell, I was looking at Ant, and I was also looking at Lewis Hamilton, actually with Ferrari, and is no longer with us anymore. Hamilton endured a hugely lack of pace. Wolff added, "It was such a long time, it's only logical, and we need to beat the competition." Well, Mercedes appeared to have started 2025 in a stronger place than any of their 3 previous Lando Norris won with in Melbourne. I think you have to say that the pace of McLaren is just something that we need to find before we can get our rhythm. Well, Toto Wolff. Well, let's also look at a manager that said is former PSG and Chelsea and Tottenham. As he reviews, he has a very good relationship with Daniel Levy. Break from day to day of club management as the team's done wonders on Pochettino to the one that was seen a few months ago before leaving would be co-hosting. His Chelsea departure after he left the club's final, the FA Cup semi-final, and 6th place finish to gain the first time that he did exactly that. Well, does not have time for that. How Morgan Gibbs White didn't get picked originally into Thomas Tuchel. He can't afford to keep on looking at the squad and see if Tom, Dick and Harry is going to be all right for next year. He needs his team now. He needs to win the World Cup. So what has he done? He just picked the same players because he knows they are tried and tested. He's got nothing to worry about. Well, I watched the interview of the final of Euros where England played, and why are you so like this? Okay. Why are you so like this?
No, because we need to be aware. We need to be aware which one.
Okay, you have done well. It's possible for him to be the manager of the 3 Lions, because he said he loves this. So when England, that he literally reached out to England, and not that England even would love this to be his next job. Apparently, he was just praying for.
I remember his his stay at Chelsea. If you remember, I don't think she coming at Bowley as well. So I mean, him and the between what's his name now, the former owner of Chelsea now, as well as the English who failed to grant them a trophy ever since he left Brighton. I choose not to call his name, and is now at West Ham. And he must do well. He must qualify the 3 Lions for the World Cup. The Nations League as well is also upon them as well. He also has to do well.
And this is why the last 3 major tournaments in Wembley, remember, in front of their fans, the championship, they lost the final against to Spain. So winning a major trophy for the first time since 1916, that final step. He's got experience, by the way. He's won it all at the club level. He's won the Champions League, his national team management, and we're talking about how much does he need to do before success become baby cubs.
There are 3 cubs.
They're not 3 cubs.
Qualify a national team or a side for success. So Steven Gerrard, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry team, any trophy whatsoever, even if it's the FIFA World Cup, even if it's the very, very best teams. You take a look at their goalkeepers, their sports for choice. There is Pickford, there is Nick Pope as well. They also have the new defender, Rolls Royce defender in Queen, the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold. There's also Rich James as well at left back. I think at left back they have a really I think they're really low when it comes to left back options.
Are you sure?
Yeah, exactly. They're really low. I mean,
Maguire can play everywhere across the back line, but he's predominantly a central defender.
And I think the best left back for England right now that is almost unavailable almost every time.
He's always injured.
But let's also leave that in midfielders. Foden was
he's still the current PFA.
Even Kings, Jarrod Bowen.
Waskin was not called. Dominic Solanke.
I'm not talking about should I say their I'm trying to look for that word.
The quality they've got.
The quality they've got.
Putting it down into results is the major deal, right? Absolutely outplayed by Spain. See, Spain were the best team in that Euros.
That Palmer scored when he also joined Chelsea. Chelsea played one of the I think the best
Tuchel's energy is contagious. Like you would love him to manage you.
Chelsea, and they defeated Manchester City, and I think they also got to their peak as well. And I just think
I think they deserve it. Feeling that it's only natural for the big boys to scale that final. Just like you said, they've got some tremendous talent from the midfield that is in there. They've got Jude Bellingham, and the funny thing is,
he was invited.
Was he?
He was eventually invited, and I think he also
he wasn't invited initially. Okay.
He was also invited, and he also announced it as well with the news that his wife also got pregnant found out with his kid as well. So I think I saw the the notice exactly.
Yeah. And let's talk about the player that Agbatomi mentioned not quite long. Well, after a hugely disappointing season, the 24-year-old has regressed. He's been crowned the best player in English football, and will now have to prove his worth all over again. To be recognized this way by your fellow professionals mean everything, and I'd love to Men's Players Player of the Year for 2023-2024 season. And I also want to pay special thanks to Pep Guardiola and Manchester City is concentrating on trying to achieve more success this time. Is a lie. It did not happen. Well, Guardiola relied on Phil Foden, not in Ireland, for Kevin De Bruyne. As a talent, he's always been a talented player, but now he's more matured and understand more game, especially performance. Phil Foden finds himself at the opposite end of the spectrum. The 24-year-old is no longer getting better every day. In 5 years, Phil Foden's form has not cost him his place in the English squad World Cup, and that's exactly what Phil Foden has become at City. His exploits last season were all made impressive with the fact that 48 goal and an assist in City 4 new club World Cup final wins over. He was ever present for England at the last European Championship. Agbatomi crazy. 53 games in all competition for City, 48 starts. Looks like he's a shadow of his explosive self last season. Kevin De Bruyne was not getting the goals, injured. Kevin De Bruyne, when he came back from injury, what exactly has gone wrong with
debate?
Once he generate debate, I open the phone line. I don't have time. Who played better?
I think Haaland deserved it better. Haaland scored. Not anyone would do that. ģebrseļs struggled to score goals for Manchester City.
You can't compare the City.
Mahrez was there. Who even played for Manchester City as a there. Raheem Sterling was also there. The likes of ḽɪsᴛ also played. Phil Foden just scored 27 goals last. On the flip side, according to the number of games he also played, I think he started 3 games as well for England at the Euros. I played at the Club World Cup. Has also contributed 10 goals in all competitions as well for Manchester City in the Champions League. But then they are already out of the Champions League. But Phil Foden is a wonderful player. Don't get me. And I think that clubs as well have also grown a player or 2 players actually closing him down. And I think that has also bangers, scores volleys and all this type of goals as well. I just like what I said, clubs are not. Manchester City squad is struggling, and if a club is struggling, if the whole players are struggling,
you can't skip.
Miss the most chances in the English Premier League as well this season. The same for last season as well.
I like what Tuchel is doing. He's giving everybody a level play. He's giving a man of the match performance against Liverpool in the EFL Cup final, and 2 days later he's already at the guys some days off to enjoy, and good enough. There's about 14 days before the next English Premier League game returns, so they fight them for the